and we will be ready, people. You would, Mr. Ben. All right. Howdy, howdy, everyone. This is Battle with Bronies. I am your host, everyone knows as Everlasting Joy, and joining us today is the one and only InkyNotebook of the Traveling Pony Museum. So I just want to say thank you first off for appearing on my show. It's nice to have people on here.
Is it hard to find guests?
Surprisingly not.
There's a lot of us to go around. I think we all have a bit of fun doing interviews and stuff.
I would agree. So, let's get started with the questionnaires. Oh, there's one thing I want to note. Stay tuned after the show. I've got a couple of questions off the video I want to ask you. Don't worry, they're not bad. I just don't like to ask them on here. All right, let's get started. And I always like to start my interviews with what I like to call the first 5 questions. These are, just as they sound, the first 5 questions. I like to start out with them because otherwise someone will ask them down the road. Please state, for the record, the name you wish to be addressed by, your job, like you're an artist, you make videos, your favorite episode, your favorite pony from Generation 4, and your favorite pony, if applicable, from any generation. Doesn't matter. Or I should say character. That doesn't matter.
Right, let's start from the top. So I'm InkyNotebook. Everyone calls me Inky or InkyB. Let's see. Oh, I'm already forgetting the questions. My favorite pony, let's see. Vinyl Scratch and Spin Those Records. Actually, we should move somewhere where there's more ponies. I'm like sitting in my living room and this is so boring. And we can actually see some of the museum stuff.
Nice. I like that.
Let's have some villains. We got some Chrysalis and Discord up to the museum.
Ooh.
Yes, I am on a laptop. I'm moving. But yeah, Vinyl Scratch, that's just kind of
nice.
Yeah, Vinyl Scratch is probably one of my favorite.
Nice.
It's like my background favorite songs. I don't know, Pinkie Pie is probably my favorite name sticks because now I'm dark. Well, because probably around last summer I was in a bad place. Lots of upsetting things were going on, and my friend introduced me to ponies and invited me to BronyCon September, and I got the little Pinkie Pie charm, and I've kind of kept it with me ever since to remind myself to just smile and have fun. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Favorite episode? Favorite episode would probably be Sweet Relief, because that's how I feel doing this project.
Nice. I like that attitude.
Dying in the world. I am dying right now. I am in Crunch Week. Pulling together everything for the museum. I'm almost out of money. Like seriously, it's kind of crazy how much money I've actually gone through doing this. The Kickstarter raised like $4,700, and I'm down almost out of that. I have a trip to pay off for Forest Rain and stuff like that. So I'm counting on making money at BronyCon. How am I going to make money at BronyCon? I have about 10 boxes of Wave 4 blind bags to sell.
Holy garbage, Batman.
All of the glitter ponies. That's how I'm making my money. And I have about maybe 20 to 30 different posters to sell.
No kidding.
So that's how I'm gonna not die. So yeah, I feel like rarity right now because I still have to buy grid wall because that's how we're gonna kind of display the pieces.
Grid wall? Oh,
yeah.
duh.
Yeah, grid wall or pegboard. Something that we can put up. I have to go to like Kinko's and make a whole shit ton of prints of bigger pieces anyway. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm trying to finish cleaning and getting things organized. I'm getting interviewed for the Brony documentary, and they're like, "Oh, we want to film you doing this and this and running errands and stuff." And I'm like, "How are you gonna do that when I do everything online?" And they're like, "Oh, we could film you going to Kinko's." And I was like, "I'm not going to Kinko's."
So in other words, this is a lot easier and a lot more small potatoes for you, eh?
Yeah, and then I mentioned people keep delivering, like, sending packages out to my school address, because that's where I originally told everyone to send things out to. So once in a while I get these packages to my school, and I go to Stony Brook University, so I'm not too far from it. I'm on western South Shore Long Island, and Stony Brook is eastern North Shore.
Mm-hmm.
About like an hour and a half by train. So I have to go out there, and the last time I called them and I tried to get something forward, a lot of people know who White Dove is, makes the plushies.
Mm-hmm.
She made a Faustafon for us, and it arrived in my school, and I couldn't go get it. Like, I went and it was closed and whatever, and I went to go get it, and whatever. So I got them to forward it, and it got lost in the mail for like 2 weeks, and she was so mad at me, and I feel so bad. And it finally showed up. Had it. And then I just got a notification that I have a package at Stony Brook, and I was like, oh, no, wait, I'm not dealing with you again. This isn't a real mailroom. These are just a bunch of people in a room, like, scanning barcodes. They don't know what they're doing.
It is the post office, for crying out loud.
It's not a real post office. It's just a mailroom. It's just a collection of, whatever. So I kind of was like, oh, yeah, I have this package I have to go get, and the documentary goes, like, oh, we can film you going out and picking up this package. Like, that's going to be real fun, so I'm going to go out there, drive 40 minutes or take a train out there, pick up a package, and leave. They just want to film me doing stuff.
Well, I won't have you doing anything of that nature, so you don't have to worry about it on this end.
What were the other questions?
Just what you answered all of them except what your job is.
What my job is. Before I did the museum, I was actually a fan fiction writer. I've been writing for many years in my life, and actually through ponies, I managed to brush up my skills to a better degree. And then I started doing the museum, and now I have no skills because I haven't written since January. I was getting into writing a series. Unfortunately, I write dark fiction. Like, horror is my basis of what I do pretty well. So
you make that sound bad.
All of a sudden, I had to learn how to write, ponies. And so I ended up writing a series. I wrote this really cheesy series about Rainbow Dash and Luna, and I kind of just quit after a few chapters because I was just like, this is so awful. Even though people seem to like it. And then I was writing this other one, I'm not going to name that first one, but I was writing this other one called Unstable Ground, which is more of a darker kind of piece, like self-discovery and adventure, and ponies are trapped and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, then I was writing some one-shots, and I kind of got a better standing on my writing, and I decided, hey, I'm going to stop it right now because I'm only in chapter 4, and I'll rewrite everything and keep going, and I haven't rewritten anything for years yet.
So, there's an echo issue. So tell me how the museum idea got started, how that became what it became.
That's a really funny story.
You've got time.
Behind me, never mind. At BronyCon January, I had volunteered to do sign twirling, and I ended up working for 14 hours, working store and everything. And anyone who was there, they saw me because I was wearing this obnoxious Celestia hat, running around trolling people. So I was kind of on like crowd pep cheers squad and store running, which is kind of ironically how I know what's going to sell and what's not, which came in handy. But at that time, I kind of made friends with some people who are now higher up some other things. But I had just started talking with Purple Thinker. And, she was already, we were just talking, and I mentioned, hey, for the next BronyCon, what do you think about an artist panel where people would be spotlighted, and have their work shown off? And, she thought it was a great idea, and I was kind of getting it together. And she said, go for it, and you can have this panel at the next BronyCon. So I started commissioning people for some pieces, advertising, hey, I'm doing BronyCon and all that. And maybe a few weeks to a month after that, I was hanging out with some of the people who I was friends with, which now everyone knows as Sean Levine and Nanashi Tanaka, who run Camelot Arts.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much all of their staff and people like that. So we were hanging out at Sean's mom's house up in Woodstock, and we were just talking. And, I was discussing with him this project that I was and he said, hey, why don't you make it travel? This could be a big thing. Why don't you, go to all these other conventions with it? Why does it have to be just this one thing? And I was like, oh, that's a really great idea. And I kind of just went way too far with it. And before I knew it, it kind of exploded into this massive thing. And then I realized I have no money to do this. What am I doing? So, going out with gas prices, too. This is fun. I'm driving to Evergreen Northwest from New York.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you all, I'm just going to warn you, if you're going to be traveling on I-90, watch out, beware of South Dakota. It's flat. Once you get past Sioux Falls, it's just flat.
I kind of took it too far, and, then I was kind of reaching out to by this time, this is maybe a few months in, so maybe March or April, I was reaching out to all these people that I've come to know, pretty much all of the higher-ups in the community, all these convention members, and like Cupcakes and the Humble Brony Bundle, and Tinker, and stuff like that, and they suggested, hey, you should start up this Kickstarter, see what people would be interested in. I ran raffles and charity, things like that. And the Kickstarter, well, the charity raffle that I ran was kind of to benefit Maddie Peters' charity, the Voice of Scroogeloo.
Mm-hmm.
And that, even though I was offering all these really great prizes and stuff, it really didn't take off at all. People weren't really that interested. And so at that point, I kind of started the Kickstarter, and that project had kind of fallen into the background. And the Kickstarter started getting, great popularity, and we ended up getting fully funded, as I mentioned before. But then I kind of remembered, hey, I still have this thing going on. And by this time, I had all these people together, and there's a thing at my school called the Roth Pond Regatta. It's this man-made pond in the middle of Rothbog. And every year in the spring, you build duct tape and cardboard boats, and you try and get across it. It's the nastiest pond you will ever see in your life. If you don't come out with 3 eyes, like at the end of the thing, then there is something wrong.
Or an immunity.
My cousin graduated from Stony Brook 2 years before me, and she warned me before I even went. She goes, there's this thing called the Roth Pond Regatta. Don't do it because you'll come out and you'll die. Like, that's pretty much what she said. She's like, you'll die or get AIDS. And I was like, what is this? And to give an example of how nasty this pond is you can't really see into the water. It's so murky, and it often kind of just smells a little bit like nasty. But they drained it maybe a year or 2 ago, right before the end of the semester, for no reason whatsoever. And they pretty much killed all of the fish in it. Like, it was right after the ice had melted on it.
Mm-hmm.
So all the fish had died, so they drained it as their response to the fish dying, and it was just all dead fish at the bottom of this empty pond, just reeking. And it was just awful. Like, why would you do this? But, there's some fun things. There's still, like, some giant koi in that pond now, and there's always snapping turtles in that pond. So, you're going across that. So pretty much the night before, we're building a cardboard derby. Long story short, we didn't get finished with it, but we were building this derby, and our friend comes to help us, and I'm talking with him, and he's just doing work, and I was like, oh, what are you doing, and he's like, oh, I'm working on this thing for my old pony, I was like, oh, really, what are you working on? He's like, well, I'm one of the co-hosts for Ponies Live Now.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, well, you want to do a collaboration? And within maybe a few hours, we had discussed and planned a 24-hour live stream for the next day with a shit ton of guests. And we got it done, and we did the charity. We raised money for the charity raffle that I had done, that I started months ago that wasn't any interest. And we ended up raising $5,000 for Maggie's charity and fully funded the rest of her project.
Wow.
So in the course of just a few months, it went from a concept idea to take all of my money to throwing all this money at charity to I'm going insane because BronyCon is in like a week and a half. It's this project. I mean, most of these people who've done conventions and put together these projects have been doing this for much longer than I have. They've been planning since last year and things like that, and it's not even been 6 months, and this project is ridiculously huge. We have over 60 artists. It's just gotten really crazy over here.
So this begs me to ask, which one? You raised so many questions here. That's the beauty and curse of it. So why don't I ask who's all on the staff? Who are the permanent staff members as of now?
Me and my boyfriend, and he's doing the gallery setup. He's that's his job.
Okay.
So yeah, that's really it. I mean, I guess purple tinker, but I've kind of just nuked staff just to avoid. There's just been so much drama in this fandom, and I don't want to. I've been keeping the museum and myself neutral as much as possible. So, but Tinker does so much for us. And she's really helpful.
Okay. It just seems like something that I like hearing stories like this, where it was just a simple little concept, probably not supposed to get no bigger than maybe a little notification. All of a sudden, here you are at Part B, or here you are June 16th, 2012, and it's something that has become so unfathomable, but so glorious, I'll stress that it's just something to take note of, something fascinating, something worth noting.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's gotten much bigger than it was ever intended to be.
Are you proud of that?
Yeah, I am proud of that, but I wish that I had more staff. Staff would be nice. I have to recruit people for security for BronyCon, and I think I got like one person. Maybe 5 for each day of BronyCon. I'm trying to get shirts too, and that's going to be more money than I don't have. And I'm also trying to put together a last-minute cosplay.
Nice. I love it.
For those of you who keep up on the cosplay in the convention, my boyfriend Jesse is the resident hoity-toity cosplayer that everyone sees the pictures of. So I'm going as photo finish, and we're going to go together.
Nice.
If I can get the stuff, I actually have to go get a shirt and make the skirt. I ordered the wig and some stockings, and I just got these and painted them and stuff. So I'm hoping everything arrives on time and then I can put it together. The last time I did a cosplay was at BronyCon September. I did a really bad final scratch.
May I ask, how bad was it?
It wasn't actually that bad. There is a picture of the 3 final scratch cosplayers from BronyCon September. Look through it. And I'm the only girl. Everyone else is like that. And, I'm just wearing like a white shirt, and I actually got her cutie mark made out of plastic.
Okay.
And I'm really upset because it actually just broke at BronyCon January. I was moving out of the no, not Brony Hunter. At the last, the 1 year anniversary Brony NYC meetup. But I'm trying to get more in the company. Just like it's so slow. I was planning on selling them at BronyCon, but they just don't want to sell stuff. I guess I don't know. Like, do they not want to make money? Which is bad, I guess, for their company, but whatever.
You'd think.
But I had the vinyl for that. I didn't even bother painting. I was too lazy. And somebody lent me this really crappy, like turntable USB thing. And then I showed up, and there's a guy there who had the speaker box that lit up and pulsed, and he was just blaring dubstep, and I was like, yeah, I can't beat that. Hang head and shame entire con.
No!
It's funny, because people ended up gathering in a circle around him and raving, so me and the other couple wild scratches all stood like next to him, we were all just like head bobbing as he was DJ.
That's cute. I like that. Now, you said you're going as photo finish this year?
I'm going to attempt, yes.
The Magics.
You would be really surprised at how hard it is to find a vertical striped shirt.
Oh, trust me, there's a reason I'm not wearing one. Mind you, there are some other reasons, but I digress.
The Magics.
The
Too
Magics.
much blood. Not enough. Too much blood.
You do it better than I do, and I was hardly trying there. That's excellent.
Fluttershy are so
Fluttershy.
Fluttershy. I only do a little bit of... The best thing I do is Rarity. I actually do Rarity for one of the Bridge series, and we've been very behind. They just sent out an update about episode 6 script coming out soon. It's been months, but...
May we hear a sample of Rarity?
I am not whining. I am complaining. Do you want to hear whining? This is whining. Oh, the harness is too tight. It's going to change. Can't you loosen it? Ah! Yeah, that was my audition. I just did that for like an entire minute and a half because they had posted the audition on PonyChan, and I had listened to all of the auditions at that point when I saw it were all for Rarity, and I was just like, I could do one better than that. So I put it together I just logged onto my computer and kind of put it together and recorded it in about 5 minutes and posted it, and within about 30 seconds I got a reply to my email saying that I got the part. And I was like,
nice.
Okay.
Nice.
But, I should do a Rarity cosplay, but I just have no time to do cosplay. Maybe I'll put one together for something else, but I'm hoping that I can get photo finish done. I'm waiting on the wig to arrive. It says it's in New Jersey, and the stockings or wherever the hell they are. But I just need to find a stupid fur striped shirt. It's so hard to find a shirt.
Have you tried Amazon?
I have looked in every last corner of the internet. I actually have to go to a thrift store or make it.
Wow.
I have not enough time to do this.
And here I thought Jimmy Hoffa was hard to find.
Oh, my sanity is hard to find. I have so much to do. I owe people customs. And I was like, yesterday I was like, I'm gonna get Forest Rains done, whatever, and this is as far as I got. It took me an hour to de-hair it. I painted it, and I just painted the base body, and I was like, whatever, I'll do it. But, where is it? The only, actual one I got done was I got a custom done for D-Pad, who's the Brony Inquisitor, and I finished, my OC.
Nice.
Inky. I was working on a Purple Tinker. That was, the first one I did, and I hate how it came out, because I didn't know how to work with Sculpey. This is the first time I've ever worked with Sculpey, so I'm going to have to redo that. But, I was trying to make a vinyl scratch. I got Randy, and it took so long to get the key mark off. And then I tried making the hair, and I failed horribly, so can't make vinyl scratch.
Where, quick question. Where can we find, do you have pictures of these so we could, like see them like on DeviantArt or something?
Yeah, I have here. I'll just link it in the chat.
Okay. Well, I got it on my DeviantArt page, people, so if for some reason you missed it, just go to mine, you can find her.
Oh, that's not it. I was copy-pasting stuff into like a word. Yeah, that's right. Random stuff. Here's mine and defense. Let's see. Please don't spam plug this in there. I'm not plugging chat. Fine, yeah, give it like 5 minutes and I'll plug it. Yeah.
So then, how do I want to ask this next one? This is kind of going to be a silly question, but how do you transfer the stuff to and from the conventions and whatnot?
That's gonna be fun. Kez, the Bronies on my theory has the pickup truck and transport stuff to the Bronies on my team meetups. And at that point, we only have, like a bag of plushies and Monster Pie and a few pieces of art and the posters, which are all in like a box.
Okay.
Well, we're going to have a lot more stuff this time going to BronyCon, including a shit ton of grid wall. And some other stuff. So, the last time when we went to the 1 year end meetup, which was the most recent thing, we piled everything into the back of the truck and covered it in a tarp, and like the second we pulled up to the convention, it started downpouring.
Of course.
Of course. So, like, all the New Yorkers, like all the city New Yorkers scattered and like hid into buildings, and me and Jesse are just standing out in the rain getting like torrentially downpoured on, and they're just looking at us like we have 3 heads. Like, have you never stood out in the rain before? Like, whatever. So we're hoping that doesn't happen. But going to BronyCon, he was talking about getting a metal topper for his pickup truck. I don't know if that's happening anytime soon. Hopefully we'll have that for TrockCon and Everfree, because we're also taking his truck. Well, I was going to rent a car, but saving money. So.
Probably not a bad idea, to be honest.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, but yeah, everything is being transported via pickup truck at this point. And tarps, unfortunately.
Gotta get there somehow.
The transport that we have. Fun times. I wish I could get a U-Haul. Unfortunately, I have no money, nor do I have my own car. I've been out 2 cars in the past 5 years. Yeah, so the only car that we have in my family right now is this giant boat of an Oldsmobile from my late grandfather. My dad bought it from Louisiana, and I hate driving it, but he has work, so we can't use it. But I mean, we could always attach it to the pickup truck.
So what does your so what is in the what's in the museum?
Well, I'm hoping more things come in. People have been so slow in shipping. They always have their own other projects to do and stuff. We've got maybe a handful of sculptures at this moment. A lot of sculptures just weren't able to be made on time or aren't here yet, etc. We have a bunch of plushies. I'm still waiting on a few plushies to come so we can set up a kind of this really awesome stuff. It's going to be Fausticorn, and then it's going to be Chrysalis and Shining Armor and Cadence, and it's going to be Discord, Luna Celestia, and the main 6.
Nice.
Celestia isn't here yet. Luna hasn't even been started. Shining Armor and Cadence are in the works. We're missing Rarity, well, she's on the way. I paid for shipping and stuff for Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy should be coming, in theory.
In theory, of course.
Yeah, well, let me say. And then we have Monster Pie, so I didn't bother finding a smaller pinky. They're There was one that was supposed to be sent, but I don't know. A lot of these people just, I think, have forgotten, or, you know, mostly it's going to be prints, though. I have to make a lot of prints. There's a lot of digital artists stuff. So that'll be good. We'll have stuff. We have a really awesome kind of book, the famous hand-painted Twilight Sparkles book from the first episode is in my possession. That's a fun one. Everyone loves that when I bring it around.
Do you have it on hand to show?
I can get it. I could definitely get it.
Sure, why not?
Let me get your say. Honestly, everything's being stored right now is in my basement. Like, there's not enough room. My room is small. And a lot of these things I keep in the box and I keep them safe, so hope it doesn't get too dark.
The only thing I'm more worried about is that the internet connection doesn't conk out.
Oh no, my internet's in my basement.
Oh, well then, huzzah.
Let's see. Stuff is still packed from the 1-year anniversary. Hold up. What are you? Moon. Where's the moon? That moon. Oh, that was bad. There we go. So bad. But yeah, we're trying to get a glass case for the book because we keep putting signs like "Do not touch book," and everyone just touches the book.
Well, duh. It's because you don't. It's because if anyone knows anything about people, its signs are meant to be ignored.
We have
Wow.
This is a funny story too. How I got this. I was at one of the other meetups, one of the previous MIT meetups earlier this year, and Andrew Brockert, who runs Brightcon, mentioned to me, kind of just offhandedly, so we know each other. Like, hey, have you seen this book that's up on eBay right now? And I went, no. And I looked it up on my phone, and I was like, I must have this for the museum. And I ended up getting into a bidding war with someone, and it got up to $760.
That's a lot cheaper than I had thought.
It's funny because the person I was bidding against was Purple Tinker.
How did that end in that respect?
It was funny. It just ended up being funny. But then I was discussing it on another interview show. I was like, oh, I have this book, blah, blah. And Final Draft from Evergreen Radio comes in. And he's looking at the show and he goes, oh, what's this about this book? Blah, blah, blah. I'm mentioning this book. And he's like, you don't mean this hand-painted Twilight Sparkle book thing, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, that. And he's like, Inky. Because at that point, me and him had known each other for a little bit. He goes, Inky, my mom painted that.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you. And then he proceeded to tell her that the book had ended up in the museum. And she was like, are you sure? Is it good enough? Like, I'll show you in a second. You'll see why. It's so amazing. They actually told me that they almost gold leafed it. It's insane. The detail that has been put into this book. And all she can say is, oh, I don't think it's good enough, whatever. But she was worried that it was going to sit on a shelf and never be appreciated. And I think the complete opposite is happening. Everyone loves this book. So every meetup, we kind of do a live reading of it, which is really fun.
Whoa.
There's no sketching, it's all free-drawn.
Free-drawn.
And it's the entire story.
There were two regal sisters. The eldest brought out the sun. The younger brought out the moon. And thus balance was restored in harmony. And thus balance was created in harmony, or in Equestria. The ponies relished and played throughout the elder sister's day, but feared and shunned the beautiful night of the younger sisters. Thus, the jealousy and bitterness grew in the younger one's heart. The eldest tried desperately to reason with her, but but the bitterness took her, and she became a wicked mare of darkness, Nightmare Moon. Reluctantly, she vowed to never, to not lower the moon. Thus, the elder sister was forced, reluctantly, to use the elements of harmony, the most powerful of magic known to ponydom. Using the power, she banished Nightmare Moon into the moon permanently for 1,000 years. And thus the elder sister took on responsibility of both sun and moon, and balance was restored to Equestria once again.
We are going to get Lauren Faust beside us, as well as any other voice actors we can kind of do this.
Nice.
I should actually check up on them. I talked to him and his mom, and she's making larger versions of some of the pages to auction for charity.
Nice.
So many people were like, "Oh, I want this book," and she's not going to make another one, and all that. So hopefully, I should actually check up and see if anything's done. I'll just back up. But yeah, this has kind of been like the favorite piece from everyone. And all that.
Now you mentioned, sorry, carry on. I see you got Derpy in the background there.
Oh, yes. Derpy. Hold on. Wow, this is made by Moble Museum, too. It's if I just don't know what went wrong.
I heard it. We should have heard it, but that's so cute.
The one who made Monster Pie.
Now, yeah, you keep mentioning this Monster Pie. Would you kindly tell us about that?
I could go bring you back to her. The Monster Pie is the giant life-size Pinkie Pie plushie. It's kind of been famous and going around BronyCon for a while. She's actually signed by Andrea Libman and stuff. And I befriended the guy who owns her. He lives in Germany, animating, and he donated her to the museum for a time. And he's actually coming to BronyCon, and we're going to chill and go get cake with Monster Pie or something. But for reference though, just because I am in a museum, and I'm sure some people are wondering, the only artwork that I do have up with me in my room are the ones that I personally paid for or commissioned. I don't. All the other museum stuff that's donated and all that, it's not mine. It's protected and kept safe. Not that everything else is kept safe, obviously, but Derpy I paid for. We have Smarty Pants up there. That's something that a friend of mine bought at one of the previous meetups. Chrysalis I bought off eBay. Discord was a commission that I put in months and months ago for. She's one of the original commissions for the Artist Spotlight before it even became. The Luna and Celestia are also commissioned from way back when.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I just have vinyl here. I haven't followed something downstairs yet. She's just too cool. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really funny though, because some of the other meetups, like I had held her and then danced around with her and stuff. And, and now I have her, so it's quite funny. I had her at school for a time, and there were people bothering our neighbors about, hey, you want to vote for us or something. So I kind of heard them through the door, and I grabbed Monster Pie, and I burst out of the door. I'm like, I'm going to vote for you too. And they were like, what is that?
Do not want.
Yeah, my mom put a plastic bag on her. It's so weird. We keep her in a plastic bag when we transport her, like, just to keep her safe. But my mom was complaining. She's like, oh, what is this thing, you know? My mom hates plushies. So
how can you hate plushies?
Like, yeah, she hates them.
To each their own.
She hates animals. Oh.
Nice. Where was she signed?
She's signed on her stomach.
Okay.
Andrea Lipman's signature.
Yep, you can just make it out.
Yeah, it's really light too, because I mean everyone, has been holding her. For reference, she weighs maybe like 40 to 50 pounds. This is a size reference. It's pretty big.
So I got a quick question for you. Have you contributed anything to the museum?
Well, besides my my quickly made custom, no, actually I haven't. I draw ponies. I do have some art talent. Art is something that I've always done also along with writing. But I can't work Photoshop for shit. And so I kind of not really done much art. I mean, I'm hoping to be able to put stuff in for myself at some point, but besides that custom, I don't think I'll be putting anything in anytime soon.
Fair enough. All right, we have reached the 1 hour mark, so it's audience question time. Anyone, as per usual, you can throw them either on the BwB text quest room, or if you're here in Tiny Chat, just type question before your question, and I'll ask it. While we're waiting on that, I want to ask, how does one submit stuff to you? How does it become? What's the word I'm looking for? How does it get in?
Mostly I've been contacting people through DeviantArt. Sending DeviantArt notes. There've actually only been a few people submitting. It's really shocking that most of these people I've recruited, But, you send an email over to travelinghomemuseum@gmail.com or InkyNotebook@gmail.com, and you show some examples, you link your DeviantArt page, and, it's looked over. It's not just looked over by me either. I send it to some friends, and, it's voted on.
How and who is it? It's voted on, you say? Who does that, and how's that so?
Well, we kind of look at, quality. It's obvious to tell how much time. Like, I've gotten a few people submitting vector art. It's like, vector art isn't exactly what we're looking for. We have traditional pieces. And, somebody sent a hand-painted canvas, to us. So, there's got to be a little bit of picking and choosing. Anyone who is turned down is always encouraged to keep trying and resubmit. You're not turned down forever. It takes time and practice, and you get better. But, we're looking for people who obviously put a good amount of work in. It doesn't have to be like, John Juseko or affiliate quality. It's just, you have to be able to see how much time and quality you put in. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or a little off. You know, just, you have to be able to see the time that you put into it. And doing a lot of art myself, you know, that's kind of giving me a good eye for kind of looking at that.
Okay. Then, whose content do you have? That's what I want to ask.
Well, we have a lot of people's content. I actually have the document open right now, and I could like read you some names, but
So yeah, just give me like 4 or 5 or so.
Well, we have Ego, John, and Pixel all. Pixel Kitties, John Seiko, and Ego Feliak all in the museum. We got White Dove, and you know that's that. But for artists, we have somebody named Discord the Trollist, who is in Russia. We have Crappy Unicorn, who's now known as Cosmic Unicorn. Well, we have Tejada, Citra 360, Vixenification, Fox and Shadow, Iopicio.
I got one from Mr. Ben here. I'll read them. Can anyone submit anything to the museum, assuming it fits family-friendly tastes?
Yeah, of course. Anyone is open to submitting stuff. You know, I do look through the art to make sure it is family-friendly. We also try and stay away from anthro, just because that's really controversial. A lot of people don't like it and stuff like that.
You stay away from what?
The humanized ponies.
Okay, anthro. That's what I thought you said Hasbro. So sorry.
We don't want to stay away from Hasbro. We want Hasbro to come this way.
But okay.
Yeah, no, anyone can submit stuff. You know, we had somebody submit a story of the blanks. You know, it is a bit gruesome and stuff, but we may show it just at a higher level where kids can't look at it. You know, just because it's from the cover art and stuff. It's not. You know, it's very well known as a game, and not many people, you know, not many of the kids are gonna know what it is if they see it. It's just, you know, dark and high up. And, but we really, you know, make sure it's not going to be offensive. Trying to keep it family-friendly.
Story of the Blanks, the comic adaptation or the actual game, Mr. Ben asks.
Someone did a comic adaptation of it.
Okay. So you said it's usually family-friendly kind of stuff?
Yeah, we did get in some art from, might have actually been Fox and Shadow, who sent, one of the images is Pinkamena Diane Pie is a human with a butcher knife, and it's really well drawn though, like it's really nice and stuff like that. You know, that's probably going to go, high up.
Okay.
Or something. You know, she also sent Pinky Fruit, which is a humanized Pinky stirring a potion. So there's some steampunk stuff going on. It's really cool, but you know, you gotta be careful. I don't want to scare kids and give them nightmares about ponies. That would be really bad.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Traveling Pony Museum scares children into never watching ponies again. Hasbro sues. InkyNotebook can't buy ramen anymore. Dies of starvation.
And that horrible mugshot on the in the paper, you know, I'm innocent or something like that. You know, that screaming photo they always show.
Can I put a picture? You know, it would be it's either John Seiko or Pixel. I think it was John Seiko who did it. Drew up a sketch of my OC making a duck face. People just been coloring it ridiculous. So it would just be that as a mugshot.
If you want to show it, go ahead.
It's like on my computer. I don't know if I uploaded it anywhere. I can probably do it really quick. Sorry if I upload it somewhere. See if I can find it. I just organized a whole bunch of pictures. Like, just throw everything into one folder. How I do it. The joke about the duck face thing is that a bunch of people were going to make my OC with a duck face.
Bang.
And I was going to put it into a collage. And then take a picture of myself actually making a duck face, and then like auction it for charity, just for sheer like idiocy. But everyone's been so busy. Apparently, it's still gonna happen. I don't know.
If you can't find it, I'll
I have to upload it.
Oh, okay.
1 second. Doing it right now.
Now, I have a personal question, or a bit of a personal one. When you're going about showing this art, what's the usual reaction from both bronies and non-bronies?
Well, from bronies, actually, a lot of people are excited. Some people think it's controversial, like, oh, how are you doing this? What's the, how do you decide? And some people are angry, I guess. Some people don't like it. Some people think it's stupid. A lot of people have been looking forward to it, though. And now there's an ad on my page. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. But, a lot of people, it's kind of been a little bit controversial. I actually haven't gotten many non-brony comments or anything like that. Here is the picture, by the way. It's funny because Inky is a male. He is a cult. My OC is a cult, so it's very funny. Yes, that will be my mugshot. But you guys, I haven't really gotten much non-brony comments. I don't think I've gotten any, actually. Which is, funny. Like, I would kind of have thought, especially being especially like 4chan. I'm an old fag. I've been on 4chan for the longest time. I'm a poster and a lurker. But there's just been not really any comments from them. Mostly they just focus on the main drama. They're not really focused on what anyone else is doing.
Weird.
I mean, mostly I'm doing it, to spotlight the artist. There's so much talent in the community. Not even just for drawing ponies, but just in general. I mean, if anyone's ever watched Citra 360's live streams, I mean, he goes in and just makes ridiculously amazing things. Like, I was watching him and just, like, he was kind of just painting, like, little dots on this tree, and I was like, what is this? What's he doing? And all of a sudden the dots became this, like, amazing squirrel. And I was just like, there's no way. Like, he only added a couple of lines and it became a squirrel. And I was like, there's just no way. I can't do anything. I feel so bad. I quit Photoshop. But just the quality and just the insane talent of these people is just, that's what I want to spotlight. That's what, the community is more focused on artists.
Funny how you're absolutely right, though, that the talent this fandom has is, let me put it this way. I personally have been in my fair share of fandoms. I've never seen anything of this magnitude in terms of talent. It still to this day boggles my mind, especially when you consider that there are people making video games of this stuff. Mind you, it's hard to do a video game in a video game fandom, but that's beside the point.
Oh yeah, I'm doing music and stuff too, and just hearing if people do the remixes and stuff is great. I mean, I'm an anime freak, and there's always that talent for people making cosplays, but this is just, My Little Pony hasn't even been around that long. There's just probably more merch, more images, more music about this one show than,
anything else in the world. What about what's been the biggest surprise for you, both good and bad, if applicable, but the biggest surprise for you?
Like in the fandom or with the museum?
With the museum. Why not both? Why not answer both questions?
I am very surprised at how much drama and intolerance there is in this fandom of Ramen Dollar. Like, that's really surprising that so many people can watch this show and especially a lot of, like, Iron people and do that. And then, be involved in that kind of crap and stupid shit,
Mm-hmm.
That's really surprising, I mean, I'm not even talking about 4chan. Like, 4chan is just a hit of doom, you know.
So it's the outside drama, you said?
There's drama in the fandom.
Trust me, I could.
We're hoping it ends. You know, but I'm surprised at how much money these people have. Like, there's so many people just throwing thousands and thousands of dollars in charity, and you know, there's someone from Norway who bought the $3,000 thing on the Kickstarter and gave me 2 of the prizes out of it. They were like, hey, you know, I have this meet and greet thing and this question and answer thing for BronyCon. I can't go because I live in Norway. Do you want it? And I was like, yes. But, you know, it's just, and you know, Tanker has gotten so many, you know, people are just giving away the meet and greet tickets and stuff at this point. Like, you know, I have 2 up on eBay for her right now. And they're ending in 2 hours. But, like, the amount of money that people have is crazy. Like, I don't think I've seen anyone in any fandom throw this much money into a project or into charity or into anything before than this. It's quite insane. As for the museum, I'm just surprised that it really got pulled together so fast. And I'll be surprised myself if I can actually pull this off for BronyCon that die. I hope everything comes in.
Well, if not, you can always do the old line dance routine. You got a question from Mr. Ben again. Princess Celestia appears in front of you, offers to transport you to Equestria. Do you accept? Yes or no? I'm gonna add why after that. I'm sorry.
We've me and some of my friends have actually discussed this, and our answer is going to be no. Unfortunately, mostly because it's something that we enjoy and that we like and stuff. You know, and I have my OC and I do all this writing and whatever. But you know, to be transported into a question or whatever, it's like you have to consider who else is actually going to go. Like out of your friends, like you could end up being like the only one out of your friends or like the only one out of your family who goes and stuff. You know, like, what are you going to do? You know, you're making new friends and stuff, but of course, you know, you're going to miss them life. You know, what are you going to do without hands? And what if you end up being, you know, what if you end up going and you're not your OC? What if you end up just being a random colored pony of any species? You know, you don't know what you're going to end up as. You know, there's a new story up on InkyNotebook who the person transported to Equestria ends up as a diamond dog. You don't even know if you're going to end up as a pony. So what do you do? What do you do then when you end up as not a pony? Or something like that. So if you wind up there and remain human, what are you going to do? Run away from Lyra for the rest of your life?
Probably.
I think that I would rather stay here and enjoy the fandom and, you know, be with people who enjoy the fandom and stuff. Because there's other things that I enjoy just from ponies. You know, I enjoy anime. I'm an anime freak. I marathon anime like there's no tomorrow. You know, I would like to continue watching anime. It's pretty much all I watch. You know, and what am I going to do if I'm in Equestria? I don't really have TV, you know, not that I would mind not watching TV. I like reading. But, you know, I like anime. It's something I enjoy. It's another fandom I'm involved in, so, you know, no anime. I don't know. Get a cutie mark that determines what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Sure, that's helpful, but, you know, you could end up something that you don't want to do. What do you do then? I'm already changing my major. Something I thought I wanted to do to something that's taught a bit better, but it'll take a lot longer, and then I'll have to go to graduate school to do. But
that's always the fun stuff. Let me tell you that much.
I'm at the end of my junior year, and I've learned that my school can't teach Japanese studies properly, so I'm switching into cultural anthropology. I'm going to study pretty much everything but Japan. They only have one class in the anthro department for historic Japan. And then I'm going to go to graduate school and then study Japanese studies properly, in theory.
Again, in theory being the key words here.
Theory. So, I mean, you know, you go and you get a a cutie mark, and what do you do then? You know, I mean, my cutie mark is still a spilled over ink bottle with a quill, but I'm no longer writing.
Doesn't mean you aren't creating something.
I am creating something, that's true, but I really want to get back into writing. Like, I have some novels that I've worked on for years and I haven't finished because I've just procrastinated, but I'd really like to get back on that. And I've actually come to really enjoy writing books. And, you know, I have this whole story planned out, and I would like to finish it at some point, someday ever. I was writing some one-shots, and I want to finish that, you know. But, it's hard to get back into it when you're so busy. But, I mean, you could end up having a cutie mark of, I don't know, that
something that is erroneous to your...
About, you know, whether she has a ball of yarn as her cutie mark. Like, what do you do with that? Like,
so?
What is that?
But, yeah, very valid points, and I'm not disagreeing with you, I'll tell you that much.
I think a lot of people would probably take up that offer. Yeah, let's go to a question where I think they would probably become very unhappy after a while.
Be careful what you wish for. It just might come true.
I mean, you could imagine that you're going to be using a unicorn and end up as like a bunny rabbit or something. You know, you just don't know. You could end up like an earth pony and have no earth pony skills. All you know is like all you've ever imagined is using magic as your key mark and as your job labor, and all of a sudden you're an earth pony and you have to do like manual labor or something. You know?
That's not fun.
Good for some people, though. I think some people in the stat need to go do some manual labor and come back. Earth ponies can totally earth them.
That would be awesome. Now, someone's going to be writing a crossover fic, I can tell you that much. Avatar, My Little Pony, cross.
I'm writing a Doctor Who's do kind of thing. I kind of have I'm probably only going to do a one-shot of that. I did a one-shot crossover with an anime short called Hell Cocoon.
Okay.
I pretty much just rewrote it with ponies. And I'm doing a crossover with Ender Pony, the concept for the Enderman from Minecraft version of a pony, which actually is funny because that's what inspired my OC. Somebody named XX Mio XX grew up Ender Pony, and I took Inky's kind of concept from that. So. But Inky wasn't my first OC. Finding it hard too. My first OC was a steampunk pony called Either Not, who's actually probably going to make a return as the Traveling Pony Museum mascot.
Nice.
Because Inky and myself have kind of become like the main association, and as the museum grows, I'd kind of like to take away more of my association and make it more of a team kind of effort, even if there isn't much of a team. And just kind of, you know...
It takes two to tango.
I'm so jealous. I like on rocking the twins. Oh, shut up. Me twins.
Now I've been kind of browsing your website, and I noticed you have this airship pin. Would you kind of tell us about it?
The airship is what we chose as our little recognizable image. That's how the museum travels, via airship. And Aether is going to be an Earth pony who kind of commands the airship. But through Pin Philly, I bought a few things from Pin Philly, and Pin Philly Darkly Cute is the runner of Trocon.
Okay.
And, you know, I kind of approached her and was like, hey, you know, would you, what company do you use to make your pins? I'm thinking about having a pin made, you know, whatever. And she offered to, you know, I asked her if I could do it through her, and she was nice enough to say yes. And we kind of discussed the thing, and I paid her for what I owed and whatever, and we got a whole bunch of pins made. 100 sold in the pre-orders, which was the top number of pins. Like, the airship was the top seller out of all of those pins that she has in one of the most recent pre-orders. And then I'm about to go pick up, I think, 200 more at BronyCon, and to sell, to raise money for the museum. They're really cool. I actually haven't seen one in person yet because she's still getting them. They're 1.5 inches across. They're pretty big.
Okay.
It's just a vector image of the airship from the show. Yeah, so those are gonna be fun to have.
Can we order one, like from online or something?
I'll probably have more made in the future, but I will be selling them at Brentcon.
Okay.
So until then, probably the next time she has pre-orders open, I think it's gonna just stay there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably pick one up at some point. Is there any other merchandise you guys sell? Whether it be, well, I guess you for your museum more than anything.
Well, we have all the blind bags I mentioned. We're actually going to be doing, a couple of fun things. I got see if anyone knows this. Probably. They open and they fit blind bags perfectly. I got a few of them. We may get some more. And Tinker at one point had done this, and it's going to be a $10 box. Pay $10, you get to pick a random box out of whatever's displayed, and you get whatever's inside. And we're going to fill them with either, just random blind bags. I'm going to be opening some way forwards with some special ones put in here, and vouchers for other various things like posters and possibly t-shirts and stuff. So it'll be fun.
Nice.
We have all the posters to sell. We ordered some cadences and shining armors from China. I've been selling those a lot. There's actually an image of some of them on my website, on my DeviantArt.
Okay.
From one I put up on eBay at some point. Yeah, it's the ones that just haven't been released here yet, but China, yeah, they're show accurate. It's the ones that you keep seeing pop up when they're showing on their toys.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've seen those. So. Okay, carry on.
We have I think Tanker is going to keep the talking cadences and sell those. So I got to buy the other ones from her if I have enough money. So one of us will have them at least for sale at the con. What else? I may be selling
We can't see it.
I had this custom made. I just don't know about keeping it. Custom vinyl strap.
Is it a hoodie?
Yep.
Nice.
Got like this thing. It's made of fleece. It's just got this ridiculously high collar. I asked for a small collar to be added to it, and she made it huge. Almost like it's pretty much almost like Kenny from South Park, where you can't see his face. Yeah. But I might sell it. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're trying to get other stuff. I was trying to get some other merch, but just people haven't gotten back to me. Trying to do a lot of things all at once, and I'm just hoping that things go good, and that I can at least get some money back for all the things I've had to buy and all that. I actually have some more money to travel. At this point, I'm pretty much using up all of my travel money just to pay off stuff.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah. It's getting insane, the amount of money. I never expected this. I'm so glad people have been so nice and actually donate money to my project, otherwise I would be in such a hole. I really have to thank so many people in the community for making this actually possible, kind of a community effort.
I have another question. Do you do any special events like live streaming or put any things together like that such?
I want to do live streaming. I would like to play video games via live stream and totally do that. That's something I'm interested in. Yes, I do play a lot of video games. I have been neglecting my Skyrim, however, which is sad. My boyfriend lent me his his 40-inch TV. I had this really shitty, like, 17-inch little thing before. And I just got an HDMI cable for it, so now it's, like, brilliant. And, so I have to go play some Skyrim. I have a PS3, an Xbox 360, a Nintendo 64, a PS2, and a GameCube, a Nintendo DS, and a Game Boy Pocket, and Game Boy Advance, and all that crap. I played a lot of Pokemon, by the way. I've played every Pokemon game to date in under 8 hours and finished the Pokedex.
Wow.
I am currently playing Pokemon White Version on my DS. I do not intend to beat this in 8 hours. I intend to enjoy it because it's the first Pokemon game I've played in a long time. So I'm doing that. I am so disappointed, though, that you can't get first-gen Pokemon until you beat the game. I'm so mad.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so mad.
Wow.
But, other than that, I've been playing Skyrim, Bioshock, the Fallout series. I have Steam, and I just got a MacBook a few months ago, a MacBook Air, which I'm on right now. And I've never used a Mac in my life. I run Ubuntu and on my bio, but I managed to figure out how to do some live streaming on this Mac, and I have Steam installed here and a bunch of, like, I have maybe, like, I keep buying the Humble Indie bundles. So automatic. Yeah, and then they just released, I think it's, what did they release on it? They released a whole bunch of good stuff recently, I think, including Amnesia and Super Meat Boy and some other things. Right. Oh, and then Limbo. Limbo is something I've been wanting to play for a long time.
Super Meat Boy.
I have not played any of these yet, so possibly I will do some live streaming. I'd like to do some live streaming with Half-Life 2, but then I'd just have to start over. Which wouldn't be too bad. I really wish I had Skyrim on my PC. Do some live streaming with Skyrim. I have so much fun with Skyrim. I have 2 characters, and the first character I'm kind of just playing, like, actually trying to play. I'm a high elf. I've done most of I'm trying to follow some of the main quests now. I've done a bunch of side stuff, but I'm starting another one. I've just been doing all side quests, just leveling up ridiculously fast, stealing everything. I love playing thieves. I love stealing. That's all I'm doing. I'm a Khajiit, so I'm a cat, stealthing around, stealing everything in sight.
Gives new meaning to the phrase cat burglar.
Yeah, ignoring the main quest, just doing whatever the hell I want. Which would totally be fun on a live stream, because it's fun.
And it goes on forever.
The greatest thing is whenever I play, like, a horror game, because I end up just, like, screaming in real life and stuff, or, like, just, like, I was playing Skyrim, too, and it's not even a horror game, but I just turned around and there was something, what was it? I was in some cave doing something, and I was dying, and I was like, why am I dying? I turned around, and this thing, like, right up on the screen, like, in my face. I don't know, might have been one of the ones where I was just, like, screaming. It was just, like, the entire face is just on the screen when I turned around.
And here I thought the Vashta Nerada were bad.
The Vashta Nerada are horribly bad. I am such a Doctor Who fan. I am so sad I have not. I should rewatch all of Doctor Who. Doctor Who is something I love.
Where,
10th Doctor is best Doctor.
Yeah. Right.
But, the Vashta Nerada are pretty bad.
They are.
They'll see it. I don't know, I like Daleks. They're fun. They're cute. Running around, running. My friend got one of the little robotic Daleks, which kind of runs on its own, made of wood stuff, and it just runs into walls. Hits walls, like, exterminate!
And all it does is just run into walls.
Yeah,
Not a very effective exterminator there.
I don't know, the creatures on Midnight, unfortunately we did not get to see them, but the repeating thing and feeling your voice and being able to
We're gonna be deviating to that, aren't we now?
So deviating.
Personally, what I really liked about that episode, Midnight, was it it threw normal people into a crowded situation, and it began to expose the very worst of themselves. It was so beautiful.
Yeah. I liked how it progressed through the series, and it ended up being where 10th Doctor was kind of, I can do whatever I want, I'm a Time Lord, whatever, and then he brought back the people from that, the Mars space station or whatever, something like that, exploring and changed time to save them. And then, the woman was just so mad because the reason was that they were supposed to die and all this stuff was supposed to come of their death.
Mm-hmm.
And she just ended up killing herself in her house after he was just yelling at her about how he can do whatever he wants because he's a Time Lord. And from then on, it was just kind of, depressing Doctor for a bit as he reevaluated his life. But there is always a special place in my heart for the Master.
Oh, I love the Master. I absolutely love him. I say
Discord Tumblr.
10 may not be my favorite Doctor, but the Master is my second favorite villain of all time, easily.
Have you read the Discord Hooves Tumblr? That's so brilliant. The Tumblr for that. But there's a whole storyline going on and stuff like that. But they've drawn up the Master as a pony. And one of the favorite, and he just comes in, he's just such an asshole, and great. Mm-hmm. And but there's one picture where the artist who did that, I'm not sure if it's the same artist or not. It might be. There's two separate Tumblrs, and they interact once in a while. Right now they're interacting. It's pretty fun. But there's one where on the Master's Tumblr gets asked, in some of your images you have pointy teeth. Why is that? And it's just a picture of him being all like, well, I can answer that easily. And it's just the next picture of he's all dark with the pointy, like perception filter.
Nice. It's like you're there, but I don't want you to be there.
Yeah, let me pull up a great picture. I love the design too. It's so cool.
I still say one of my favorite episodes though was from the 9th, Father's Day.
Which one? I'm trying to think which one that is.
Where the Doctor and Rose go back in time to witness Rose's father's death. When they try it again, I love that one so much. That is my favorite, if not one of my favorite episodes of the new series. I haven't seen any of the old series, but I'm not ashamed to admit that I cried at the end of that episode. It was so well done, in my humble opinion, anyway. Yeah, spoilers are all. I think we passed that by a long time ago, Mr. Ben.
So much. It just makes you watch the show. I think. Here's
We've got a Doctor Who fan in the audience. I know he is a Doctor Who fan already, but this is Brony Tom saying he loves you for loving the Master.
One of the commissions that I plan on getting is a set of Discord. Well, the Discord Hoops from the Tumblr and the Master pony plushies to have because I would just I would love them. And here's one of the panels from the most recent entries of the Discord Hoops series. It's just the Master and Discord Hoops, and we don't know if he is 10th or 11th or 12th even. It's just. He reverts back to a good undiscorded at some points. And it's a really great fun thing to read. And he's very ridiculous. He's promiscuous and gets on with all these other fillies and mares and stuff. And he loves to eat butter, and everyone calls him fat, and then he feels bad about himself. It's just a really fun, entertaining thing. But I always love it when the Master comes in.
He's such a magnificent bastard. But instead of being good, he's evil.
Yeah.
I love the Series 3 finale and the End of Time. Those were such good episodes, and I guess the ending was a finale, but I digress.
Doctor Who is best thing aside from ponies. Pony Doctor Who.
And then, ponies are great, Doctor Who is great, so they combine the two into Doctor Who's. Now, if only it would be a good spin-off series.
No, this Tumblr though is great. It goes back like a ways. This has been going on for a while. It's really great. Like a read if you have like so much time to waste on random crap. Like I don't, but I do anyway.
All right. Okay. What is your favorite Doctor Who episode?
That's a lot of.
I know that's quite a bit, but if you can at least, I won't say your absolute most favorite, just maybe some generalized favorites.
It's been so long since I watched Doctor Who, unfortunately. Let me think. I like some of the new. I definitely like some of the ones with Matt Smith. Matt Smith isn't a bad doctor.
Wait. You're giving him some benefit?
Giving him a little bit of benefit because there's been some great episodes in there. Definitely. It's just so hard because I like so many of them and I just can't think of either what they're called or trying to recall those things. So, I like the Doctor Who episode when he met. It's called The Girl in the Fireplace.
Yes. Mhm.
That was a good one. I like that. Silence in the Library with emotion around it.
That was just downright creepy, but that one was a good one too.
Oh, the episode with the adipose, and it's just him and Donna, and they're both in windows, separate in the room, and they're just mouthing back and forth to each other.
Are we interrupting something here? That's all I was waiting for, and yeah, sure enough, it kept going on for about 5 seconds, and finally, are we interrupting something here?
Donna was so great. I love Donna. Yeah, those are a few of my favorites. I don't know. I really need to get back into watching Doctor Who. I should just rewatch everything. It's just been all ponies. And I've actually watching Eureka recently. Like, not the anime, but the TV show.
So I figured it was a TV show. Isn't it Eureka 6 or 7, the anime?
I don't know. Eureka 7, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
I haven't watched that yet. Just watch that. But, yeah. Turned into Doctor Who time now. Just sort of fun. Seen, Fright Night with David Tennant? That movie that came out recently called Fright Night with David Tennant in it.
Haven't heard of it, but...
It's a vampire movie.
Okay.
And I love vampires, by the way. I have been studying the folklore and mythology on vampires since I was little, and I would like to burn all of the Twilight books with the most amount of passion that I ever have in my entire life. I've written stuff in that when I was like 5. But no, I love the history and the folklore and stuff of that, and this movie has kind of redeemed a bit of vampirism to some degree. And just David Tennant is such an arrogant asshole, and he's just this scaredy cat idiot who pretends, all this crap. And it's just really funny to see, just imagining him as Doctor Who still, and kind of him just being, outright promiscuous and idiotic and just an arrogant bastard. It's just so much fun. It's a fun movie to watch if you just want to see David Tennant be like an idiot.
I had the same problems with 28 Days Later.
Oh, 28 Days Later is great.
For those of you who don't know, Chris Eccleston, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Eccleston, yeah.
Thank you. He was, of course, most might know him as the Ninth Doctor, but he was the villain in 28 Days Later. And I thought the movie just got, just when I saw him, it was like, all right, now this just went up awesome. And then he turns out to be a villain. It's like, no, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Personally, I like the second one they did, but it's better. I don't know.
Fair enough.
The zombies are great. I like zombies. I like everything. We've such a tangent.
Speaking of, this is why I always dedicate the first hour to the serious questions. The second hour is all for fun.
Super serial, you guys. I'm being super serial. Mander Pig exists.
Got a question from Tom391. First off, he's the Doctor Who fan I was telling you about. He wants to tell me that you just got 20% cooler for being the best fan of all the best shows. And he wants to know what you think of Abe Lincoln Vampire Slayer, the book, or he didn't say the book or the movie, so I'll just say that franchise.
I've seen that book. I have not read it yet because I just have no time. I'm actually currently reading, currently as in I started months ago and haven't finished, a series called The Novels of Temeraire. The first one is called the compilation of like the first 3 books is called In His Majesty's Service. It's about it's kind of a steamy style. I love steampunk, by the way. There's a steamy style written book about a guy living in an era of dragons, kind of thing, and he ends up accidentally running into this dragon egg and catching it. And the way it works is there can be people who pilot these dragons, and you have to be trained, like, and then a group is presented before the dragon kicks its rider. And he gets chosen by this celestial dragon, which ends up being one of the most rare dragons that exists, and it was supposed to go to this king in China or something like that. And it ends up just getting lost at sea. And Temeraire becomes this like great friend of his, and they're kind of going through all these struggles with war and trying to escape from being split up and stuff like that. And it's actually a really well written story. So I think I'm in the second book now. I should actually get back to reading. But yeah, I've been reading stuff like that. I think Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter sounds awesome, and I can't wait to read it or to see it, and that's going to be so much fun to do. Definitely. There's another one. There's more in that series. I don't remember what they're called, but
I think there's one, if I recall right, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, if I recall right.
I flipped through that book and I read a couple pages and I laughed my ass off. So retarded, because it's just like, oh, what it's doing is like drinking tea, and then all of a sudden it's like picks up a machete and chops off the head of the nearest zombie, and I was just like, oh god. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go see that movie and it'll be fun. But until then, I'm waiting. I don't see very many movies. Well, I don't go to the movies very often. I actually just went to the movies for the first time in probably like a year, and saw that new Wes Anderson film, the Moonlight Kingdom, because we ended up in New Jersey, and all of my friends were like, let's go see that new Wes Anderson hipster movie.
And how did that go?
That movie was great. We all went to it being like, ew, $11 for a movie. This is awful. Like, why are we going? Like, we were just kind of joking about it. Like, oh, it's such a hipster movie. It's got this hipster director and whatever, and director of this movie. Let's go see it. And it ended up being really good, actually. It was pretty funny and entertaining. So I definitely recommend that to anyone who just has some free time to kill like $11 to see a movie. But I don't see too many movies, and so that's probably what Vampire Hunter will probably be one of those too.
Okay. Any questions from you guys quickly? I'm gonna kind of move on to some couple others of my own. All right. Now you said you're going to BronyCon in June, July here, at the end of the month. Where are some other places you're going to? I know I'm kind of trailing back to ponies here, but
that's fun. We're going after BronyCon. About a month later, we're going to TrackCon. About a month later after that, we're going to Everfree, Northwest, and then about a month later after that, we're going to Canterlot Gardens. And probably a couple months after that, there'll be another BronyCon. So, but I'll be going to all the Bronies NYC meetups as well, because I'm pretty much working with Kez and helping him. But that's the current lineup that we have. I've been invited to GalaCon and overseas and stuff, but it's just GalaCon, it conflicts too close with Everfree, and there's just no extra money at this point to travel. So I'm gonna have to wait till the end of the year and see what I can do for next year.
Where are all of these? I mean, BronyCon's obvious, but where's like TrotCon and whatnot?
Well, BronyCon this year is in New Jersey. It's not actually in New York.
Yeah, that's true.
TrotCon is in Ohio. Everfree's in Seattle, Washington, and Canterlot Gardens is in a different place in Ohio.
Okay. And how about what are your future plans with this? Where is this going? Where do you want it to go? The whole traveling museum concept.
I have no idea. I'm hoping that it keeps getting bigger and then we get some funding from somewhere that we can keep traveling. And I'm hoping that people aren't going to be disappointed when we come to BronyCon or something like, oh, this isn't what I expected. We're doing the best that we can to kind of make it really awesome. But I mean, I hope it just doesn't like die out from either like lack of funds or just lack of interest. I hope that this is for the artists and from the community really. So I'm hoping it just continues for a while. But I mean, if anything were to happen to the museum, pretty much what the decision has been made is that pieces will be returned to the anything that wasn't commissioned will be returned to the artist if the artist wants them to be returned. If not, then they'll be auctioned for charity. We'll be able to make one last large donation for charity.
Nice. Now, what charities have you been a part of, or at least what are your? Well, I guess what ones have you been a part of, and what ones do you normally donate to or work with?
Well, we've only really just gotten started with charities and stuff. I mean, I donated all that money through the 24-hour live stream to Mantega's charity and stuff, and that was something that we were planning. That was a long time coming. But, I've been working with Humble Brony Bundle and Bronies for Good, sorry. Mm-hmm. Advertising Peace and Kindness and stuff like that. But, I'm really open to any kind of charity. Maybe we'll take a vote on the next one and see what people would really like to see get funded.
Okay. All right, we've got about, I'm going to sound the 10-minute alarm, folks, so you've got about 10 minutes and we'll be ending this interview. Any quick questions? Because looking at my list, I've got all of them that I've wanted answered. Mr. Ben's always got questions. He's basically the class clown around here. But he does good work. I will always say that. Which is exactly why Twilight Sparkle wore that number in Fall Weather Friends. We got a comment from,
The meaning of life, the universe, and all existence is focused on it. I double-checked. I calculated it.
You didn't really give me anything to work with, so I just randomly worked something for about 5 billion years.
Excuse me a minute, my show is back on.
We got a comment from Tom391. First off, don't stop being amazing, and thank you for letting me know where that amazing book went.
Well, I hope everyone will come out to see the book and all the pieces that Ron and the other comments.
I was, at first, I'll be honest with you, I thought it was just the cover they made, but the fact that they made that, the whole thing, the story, makes it all the more fascinating.
Oh, vanilla, strawberry, or other, like, of what? Like ice cream?
He usually asks us when I always say it's ice cream.
Ice cream? My favorite actually is green tea.
Green leaf?
Green tea ice cream.
Nice. I've never heard of that though, but
I am a sushi fanatic, and I am also a Japanese otaku. Like, I'm a massive otaku. I will show you how otaku I am in a minute. But I end up going to a lot of sushi restaurants, and green tea ice cream is one of my favorites. Other than that, I like chocolate. Chocolate and raspberry ice cream mixed together is really good as well.
do you
I am such an otaku that I have a Japanese cell phone.
a what?
A Japanese cell phone. Got the anyone who's seen Eden of the East, it's got the Celestial background. And Japan's phones are so cool. They're not the touch.
Nice.
And it lights up on the side, whatever. So I am such an otaku. That's what I do. That's my content. It doesn't even work yet because I don't have a SIM card for it. But just kind of sits around most of the time, 24-hour format.
Well, isn't that what the phone is supposed to do? Tell you time?
Yeah, pretty much. I only got this phone because I have a Droid, and this phone drives me crazy. I really don't know it.
Nice.
But I do all of my work on this phone. Like, I get all of my emails, all of anything on this phone, and I've been going crazy. Like, there is not a day that goes by where it doesn't ring or beep or something, maybe like 100 times. And it's kind of been putting a strain on stuff in my life. So I got this, and this will only do text messaging in the United States because it's not on a Japanese service. So hopefully I will stop going crazy.
Well, hey, look at the worst thing. You got a window on a second-story building. I can always throw the Droid out at some point.
That is true. Actually, I'm on the first floor. We went to the basement floor.
Oh.
There is a second story of my house. I've dropped this Droid so many times. It's submerged in water, and it still works.
Just looking for an excuse to destroy it, aren't you?
Pretty sturdy. Actually, no, I'm not looking. Just rang in my hand. I had a Droid too at the beginning of this year. Like, I just got it, and I dropped it, and the screen shattered, and I was forced to buy another phone. Luckily, I go to Costco, and I got both of these phones for $100 each instead of like $500.
Nice.
So it wasn't bad, but I was forced to get this phone against my will because I just couldn't see the screen on the other one. But it's not a bad phone. It's just that I'm going crazy. Being connected to the internet constantly sucks when you get like hundreds of emails or Purple Tinker. Is always like, hey, come here. No, it's not like that, but or just anyone trying to reach me constantly sucks. I have 2 email accounts connected to this. I have my Skype and my Google Talk and all that shit. It just rings and rings.
So what you're saying is I was a pest.
Goes again twice in the past, maybe like minute, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I can't do it. Oh, I've connected to my Facebook messaging now. Oh god, does stuff on its own. I can't. I can't turn it off either because then people think I've died. That happened. I turned off my phone for like 3 days, and people were like calling my house because they were like, "Oh my god, something happening." I'm like, no, I just want. Shut up, leave me alone.
All right. Last call, people. We've got one more question.
I'll answer anything. And then if the last question is cool, I'll show you guys something cool.
Actually, that was going to be my question was, do you have anything you want to show us that's just weird, out of this world, amazing, or what have you?
Yeah. Let's see if I can get it.
And for the record, like I said, I'll still take one more from the audience.
I'm gonna go. Make a whole bunch of noise. You got it now. My ball python.
Nice.
I brought out Chico. I didn't have to hold him up.
I love snakes. They are such cool animals. Nice.
He's pastel, so he's got yellow in him. He's not like all brown. But he's such a derp. He is a little scaredy cat, and he lives up to the name ball python. As you can see, he is a ball. And my boyfriend has a snake called Lilith. She's a regular ball python, and we house them together and they cuddle. And they're really cute, but they're still pretty young. There's something maybe to try breeding them or something. Baby snakes would be adorable. Hi.
Yes, that's my nose. Nice. Doesn't seem we have any more questions, so we will end this. I just want to say, once again,
Oh, I would totally come back on the show if you guys want to.
Fair enough. So, once again, I want to say, Ms. Notebook, thank you. Thank you for appearing on my show. It's been, this is fun. This is why I love doing this, is to meet interesting, neat, and just downright cool people and get to chat with them. It's such a blast. Now, I will be right back on. I just need to end the broadcast, so don't go anywhere, folks.
Okay.
And with that...
He's so confused. Awake in the middle of the day. What is this? He loves computers. So he sits on the keyboard because it's warm. He knows it.
Because it's warm. Okay. Right. We will be right back. Take care and keep on doing what you do, everyone. Farewell.